like I said, there's something called a triumphal procession. You'll see it, and you'll see the Romans. Matter of fact, they mention it here. It says, on the inside of the ark are 2 panels with reliefs. One depicts the triumphal procession with the spoils taken from the second temple in Jerusalem, the 7-branch candelabrum or menorah, the silver trumpets. This is what was in our possession. The silver trumpets and the table of the showbread. Remember David and the showbread? The other one shows Titus in a chariot accompanied by the goddess Victoria and the goddess Roma, which no doubt were pagan gods.
Right here, brother. Turn it up this way. Let it hit me, brother. Go ahead.
Daniel 9:27. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation.
What you have to understand what a week is. A week represents 7 years. You prove that by in the book of Genesis. If you know it offhand, you can bring it out. I don't know if you know it by heart. Yeah, this was when I believe it was Jacob wanted Rachel the wife, and he had to work for her for 7 years. Then he had to work another 7 years to get her, when you read the whole account. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis 29:21. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may...
Yeah, the days that were fulfilled, you're going to find out, is 7 years. So he had to basically go into slavery under Laban, which was his relative, for 7 years to get Rachel. Then he pulled a fast one on him. Go ahead.
For my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. And Laban gave unto...
Now, why didn't Jacob know? You know, when a woman come in, don't you supposed to see and know? Wait a minute, that's what was the first thing Laban did? He had a feast. What do you do at feasts? Do you drink Welch's grapefruit or grape juice? You drink wine. You drink liquor. So Jacob was nice. Jacob was real nice. And then when she came in and had the veil on, and he put his thing, did what he had to do, was feeling good. But then when he saw her face, she must have been a beautiful woman, but Rachel must have been, she must have been bad. She must have been hot. Go ahead.
And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah his maid for an handmaid. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban, what is this that thou hast done unto me? Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country, to give the younger before the firstborn. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years.
I'll read that part again in case it went over somebody's head. Go ahead.
It says, fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years.
Yeah, we don't want nobody talking about look, that don't mean that we went over that and y'all the elders is going off and I ain't budging. Go ahead.
They ain't break it down right.
They ain't break it down right. That's why you niggas are falling like freaking flies, man. And I said that in the beginning of the so-called New Year's. I said that don't be surprised in this new year, 2011. I said it. I believe I said it. We did a show the night before, right before, a couple hours before midnight, so-called New Year's Eve. And then that morning we did another show, and I believe that's when I said it. I said, what's going to happen this year? A lot of guys are going to fall off. Go ahead.
It says, fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve with me yet 7 other years.
Okay. So like I said, there was a point of time where you had the different Caesars setting up. You had one. The longest ruling Caesar was Octavian, which he was also known as Augustus. Now, during the time of Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian, those were short rules. So you had periods of time that you had one period where you had 5 Caesars in 1 year. You had 5 rulers in 1 year. That was right. That was right before Vespasian came in. All right, but there was another time where I believe during the time of Pescennius Niger and Septimius Severus, you had a bunch of rulers, and then maybe like 2 weeks later, a month later, you had a new ruler because a lot of them was being put to death. All right, go ahead.
It says back in Daniel 9:27, and he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate, even unto the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate.
All right, now let's go. Where's the other precept? Matter of fact, give me Ezekiel. What is that? Ezekiel 25 verse 12. It said, because these be the days of vengeance. Because the Romans knew when they took down Jerusalem and they made the people of Jerusalem, the Israelites, paid tribute, they knew exactly who they were. They knew about the history. Because the fact that you have libraries today, that goes back to the ancient world. Back in the ancient world, they always kept records, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking...
Which are the Romans? Go ahead.
By taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hands of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power.
Now that vengeance is coming back because when you read the top of that verse from 12, read it again, Ak.
Verse 12, it says, Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them.
Right. They took vengeance. When did they take vengeance? During the time of the Roman Empire. Because go back and read it again in Luke.
Back in Luke 21 and 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Yeah, that's why I said that. That's why I asked him to check the precepts. That precept should be in there. Go ahead.
It says, But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land.
And that's when they were slaughtering them. So if you had a baby, you first of all, a man couldn't run with his woman, especially when the woman was pregnant. Because what did the Romans do with them babies? They slaughtered them babies. They didn't give a shit. Go ahead.
It says, For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And
this people, by the way, are the Israelites. Go ahead.
It says, And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So who's over there in the land of Israel right now, in Jerusalem? Gutter rats, not just gutter rats, not just Amalekites, Edomites. You got Moabites over there. You got Greek Orthodox over there. You have all kind of, you got the Ethiopians, which them so-called Jews and gutter rats accept as being Israelites. So they'll say, yeah, there's black Israelites. They're the Ethiopians. They're Phalasha. And by the way, the word Phalasha means false or fallacy. So when they say they're Jews, but they're the false Phalasha Jews, they're saying they're the false Jews. Go ahead.
Back in Deuteronomy 28. Okay, back in Deuteronomy 28 and 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emerods, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed. The Lord shall smite thee with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou
Right. Thou shalt grope at noonday. Noonday